positive vibes. Thank you guys for subscribing to this channel, liking our videos, commenting down below. We don't take it for granted. We really appreciate. Thank you so much. Now, today we are here to bring you a very amazing video of Jamaica demanding legal answers from the British government. And we are going to look at why is Jamaica demanding legal answers from the British government. You know, one country that I have admired that stands on their own principles, fights anyone who oppresses them. Do not stand there and wait for others to fight for them, is Jamaica. Now, we all know that slavery was the worst of situations that people went through. There was humiliation, there was a lot of beating, a lot of hard labor, and unpaid labor. Apart from that, the countries that actually were captured as slaves, or the country that was experiencing the colonialism, their properties or their wealth was taken by the colonizers. And therefore, when Jamaica stands and says, you have to explain to us whether slavery was a good thing or whether the people who went through slavery deserves a payback for the pain, for the torture, for the humiliations, and for what they still go through even up to today. Because slavery did not just stop when it was stopped. It is in the mindset. People are affected emotionally, physically, psychologically. And therefore, they are supposed to be reparated. They are supposed to be compensated for what they went through. And this is what Jamaica is standing for. Remember that Jamaica was colonized by Spain and British. The Spanish people were the first to colonize Jamaica after they removed the Taino people, and later the British came and colonized Jamaica. And therefore it's fair the two countries comes to actually compensate the people for what they went through. This move is not just a Jamaican demand, it is also supported by CARICOM, which is an organization that joins all the Caribbean countries together. And therefore, it's like a legal fight for the Caribbean countries, including Jamaica. They are demanding that legal accountability should be given to the people that had colonized or that had enslaved the people. A lot was taken from people. Obviously, we have said that. And some of the wealth of the people of Jamaica was used by these countries to enrich themselves and to be where they are. And therefore, they are requesting for compensation. It's just an appreciation of 10% of what they took from Jamaica and from the Caribbean countries and from any other country that went through colonization. Jamaica is to ask King Charles for legal advice on the issue of slavery reparation from the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council, which is the final court of appeal for UK, overseas territories, and some Commonwealth nations. So this organization is actually the last step that Jamaica and other countries should go through so that they can say whether they are going to pay reparations or not. The king, according to what I saw, has the authority to refer the matters to the council for consideration. And many European countries have refused to talk about reparation at all. But according to the information I got, King Charles II actually talked about slavery at one time and actually said it was a sorry case. It was a bad case for people to be captured as slaves. And therefore, we hope that is going to support this move and take this case to the to refer this case to the council for consideration. Now, maybe we can listen to this video before I come back and explain what Jamaica is demanding from the British colonial.
Wait, did you hear what Jamaica just did? They didn't ask for an apology. They asked the King of England for legal answers. What if I told you Jamaica filed a petition to King Charles III, asking him to refer 3 questions to the Privy Council? Like, was slavery ever actually legal under British law? Was it a crime against humanity? And does that mean Britain legally owes us reparations? This isn't a protest chant. It's a real petition, filed under an 1833 law, the Judicial Committee Act. The same crown that signed off on slavery might now have to answer for it. Jamaica's culture minister, Olivia Grange, made it official, and Prime Minister Holness says CARICOM is backing the move. So now it's not just Jamaica, it's the whole Caribbean demanding legal accountability. Because if slavery wasn't just cruel, but criminal, then reparations aren't about guilt, they're about justice. And the question is, can the same empire that legalized human bondage now claim it owes nothing? Let's see what the king says on the record.
So guys, you have heard for yourself, and the culture minister, Olivia Grange of Jamaica, is saying the government of Jamaica was actually asking the colonial masters whether the first transport enslaved Africans to Jamaica and their subsequent enslavement was lawful, and if it constituted a crime against humanity. And if it was not lawful, and if it constituted a crime against humanity, then reparation is needed, is a must, because it was a crime that was committed against people. And for sure, this is a crime against humanity, because forced labor, beating, starving the slaves, and even forcing them to do very hard labor without pay, that is automatically a crime against humanity. And therefore, according to the culture minister, Olivia Grange, she's requesting the British people to actually, representing Jamaica, he's requesting them to state whether it was lawful to enslave people and whether it was constituted as a crime, it can be constituted as a crime against humanity. It is also calling on the council to examine whether British is under an obligation to provide a remedy to Jamaica, and not only for slavery, but also for its enduring consequences. In other words, according to Olivia, the Jamaican government is calling upon the council to examine under an obligation to provide, to examine whether British people or Britain is under an obligation to provide a remedy to Jamaica, not only for slavery, but also for its enduring subsequences. In other words, after slavery, people have gone through a lot because of the slavery and because of what they faced during those times. They are to submit a petition to King Charles III to refer to Privy Council a set of questions that we want answered. The Jamaican government is demanding for answers from the Privy Council, which they are requesting King Charles III to actually refer or petition this case, or rather to refer the case to Privy Council, who are supposed to answer these questions and give Jamaica the answers they are demanding for within his current position as head of state of Jamaica. Remember that King Charles is still the head of state of Jamaica, and therefore, being the head of state of Jamaica, he has the obligation to fight for the people of Jamaica, to stand for their rights, to stand for their oppression, the way they were oppressed, and to actually demand for a remedy or for compensation for what they went through as slaves and the consequences of being slaves. And according to the Minister for Culture of Jamaica, Olivia, they are to write to King Charles III so that he can actually refer to Privy council a set of questions that the Jamaican government want them answered. It is a great move from the government of Jamaica to actually demand their people to be compensated for what they went through. And it is said, Grant said in the Jamaican parliament on Tuesday. So she was talking this in Jamaican parliament, and she was telling the parliamentarians what the plans are underway so that they can actually petition the king so that he can actually refer the case to Privy Council so that the questions Jamaicans are asking can be answered. And it is not just Jamaica, because we have seen that CARICOM is also supporting the move. There are so many countries that suffered slavery, that suffered mistreatment, that suffered inequality under the hands of the British people and under the hands of the people that were colonizing Africans and also the Caribbeans. And therefore, if Jamaica succeeds in its quest to have these questions answered, it will be a door to many people that suffered during colonial times. We have seen Jamaica premiering, or rather being on the front line to fight injustice. And for this case of reparation, Jamaica is very, very strong, pressing the British government to actually answer the questions they are asking the British government. If Jamaica succeeds on this, it will be a pioneer in fighting for the rights of its people. Remember that the colonial masters have already paid reparation to those they consider of more importance than us, the black people. And therefore, for Jamaica to stand strong and demand for these questions to be answered, it is a plus to African people and also to the Caribbean countries. Jamaica has always spearheaded in the fight against inequality. And this is what they are doing, and they are demanding for their rights, and this will pave way to many that were oppressed during colonial eras, and also to what people lost during those colonial eras. Remember, these countries enriched themselves. They are very rich. And the amount of money they are being asked as compensation is a token of appreciation for what they took in Africa and what they took in Caribbeans during those eras of slavery. They became rich because of the wealth they got from Africa, the wealth they got from the Caribbean. Actually, we have seen even innovations. They actually took the knowledge of the people in the Caribbean, especially Jamaica, and they went and used that knowledge to enrich themselves. We have read about iron manufacturing, and the formula to actually extract iron came from Jamaica, and they took it to their country, and it really brought a lot of wealth to the British people. And therefore, it can be fair for them just to give reparation or give compensation for the people that went through all the pain, all the losses, all the torture, all the emotional torture during those colonial times. And Jamaica is in the forefront to demand these questions to be answered. Like we have seen, the culture minister, Olivier Grange, is very, very actually has already posted the questions, and she's actually preparing, together with the parliament, a petition to be sent to King Charles III so that King Charles can be an intermediator between Jamaica and the British people of the Privy Council. Now, coming from there, we hope that Jamaica succeeds so that we can also have the reparations as Africans, because if Jamaica succeeds, many people will see it's possible to be compensated, and they're going to demand also for the compensation. Coming from there, we have people that are very, very proud of who they are. By the way, guys, I've never seen this in all the countries I've gone. Maybe I've not gone to many countries. I've just gone maybe to East Africa and our country, Kenya. But I've never seen a car painted the colors of the flag of that particular country. This is the first time I saw a Jamaican painting her car all the colors of the flag of Jamaica. Jamaicans are proudly Jamaicans with no regret, with no apology. This woman has decided to wear Jamaican color of the flag clothes and also her car to be painted with the flag, with the colors of the flag of Jamaica. This is love of your country and also loyalty to your country, and also it shows how you believe in your country, you trust your country, you can stand for your country. I was amazed at what I saw this lady wearing and her car, the colors she had painted. Have a look at this.
Wow, my Jamaican queen, period. Go on with that stuff, girl. You're born with this. You look good. I like how you match a car. Some people can't do this and win. I'm not ask. Nobody can do this and just win, so. Yeah. So where you go, babes?
I'm going shopping.
So you're not bring me?
You want to work?
No! I don't want to work!
Guys, I hope this girl is a Jamaican because I don't know very sure whether she's a Jamaican. You can comment in the comment down below. But I would say Jamaicans, I really admire them, the way they believe in themselves, the way they stand on their country, the way they love their country, the way they can actually do anything to show the pride they have for their country. The other day I was talking about the Independence Day and how most Jamaicans in the diaspora came out strong to celebrate their Independence Day in different quarters of the countries they are in. This is actually something very, very peculiar because other countries, we don't see them celebrating their Independence Day in the countries they are in. But Jamaicans had parties and they were actually having fun during their Independence Day in August 6th, and they were celebrating it wherever they are. They didn't have to go back to Jamaica to celebrate their Independence Day. They celebrated it with a lot of joy, with a lot of celebrations, with a lot of music, with a lot of food, with a lot of Jamaican colors of the flag, which are always seen wherever Jamaicans are. Do you know, I've never seen another country that loves their flag like Jamaicans. Everywhere you go, even in the marketplace, in the celebrations they hold, even this vehicle I'm talking about and the clothes this lady was wearing, all of them are painted Jamaican colors. This is more than pride to their country. It's a love that shows how much Jamaicans adore their country. I really, really loved this because when you love your country, you're going to fight for your country. You're going to defend your country. You will not allow your country to be pulled down by greedy leaders. That is why Jamaicans are always on the front line to streamline the leadership of their country. I have seen very many times comments on their prime minister, on their leaders, when they misbehave, they come out strong to rebuke them. And I've seen some leaders coming on the forefront to apologize for things they said which are not supposed to be said. And that means Jamaicans are serious to scrutinize their leaders and correct them where they are going wrong. Because of this love they have for their nation, they wouldn't want their nation to be destroyed. They wouldn't want their nation to be brought down. And therefore they will stand strong to rebuke any kind of destruction that is being done on their land. Without fear, with a lot of courage, they stand strong. I really, really love what Jamaicans do. Thank you once again for supporting us. See you during the next video. Bye-bye and God bless.